All right, ladies and gentlemen of Speed Gaming 4, hello, good afternoon to you. My name is Kip. I am joined today by Tracy. We are going to be watching round 6 action of the Super Metroid multi-category tournament. Today's matchup is between Beeps and TGDerp, and if I am not mistaken, I believe this is a matchup of two players who are 3-2, which means that the winner will make it into the play-in race for the playoffs, and the loser, unfortunately, will be left out of the mix. So this is a very big race. Tracy, how you doing today?
Doing good. Happy to be joining you on commentary. Warning to chat. If you see us missing anything, we're going to be doing the tracking. I'm going to be handling Beeps' tracking. Kip is going to be handling Derp's tracking. Do let us know, because we're not good at this. We're good at talking, not so good at pushing buttons.
Yeah, I don't even know if I'm good at talking, but I definitely can't track. So either way, I'm sure you guys can keep us straight. But as you guys know, Triple Bingo, or maybe you don't know, I should mention it. Triple Bingo is a style of bingo that we have not seen in an official Super Metroid tournament in over 3 years. Triple Bingo is basically where it's pretty simple. You choose 3 different rows, columns, or diagonals that you want to complete. It's all up to you. Your opponent has no, influence on what you pick. So these runners are now, in the last 30 seconds, just now seeing this card. I will tell you this: TGDerp ended up becoming the runner-up in this past summer's double ante bingo tournament. Very good at reading cards. Very good at putting together routes. I think this is going to be a strength for him. I know Beeps is good at this too, but in particular, Derp has been very good at
Yeah,
this for a while.
yeah. It remind me who Derp lost to in that.
Well, Derp got beat by me in the DAB finals, but I will tell you, I think in particular that race was he didn't lose on card reading. I think he lost more on just execution.
Yeah.
Obviously, I have a little more traditional speedrunning experience than he does, and so I was able to leverage that a little bit. But when it comes to like putting together routes and understanding what to go for, Derp is, in my opinion, one of the best players we have out there. So this should be really fun to watch.
Yeah, we'll talk about the vetoes for a second. Derp deferred to Beeps. Beeps vetoed any percent. Derp vetoing low ice, which makes a lot of sense because Derp definitely has an advantage in any percent. And Beeps having completed low ice and Derp not having a completed run showing. Probably didn't want to go do low ice for the first time in this situation. So it makes sense that we ended up at triple bingo here.
Yeah, I agree. Plus, Derp in particular, I think wants to do triple bingo. Um, so I think with him being the higher seed, uh, it makes sense for him to get rid of the one thing that he was probably at a disadvantage. So, but don't sleep on Beeps now. I mean, I think everybody understands Beeps is a very good player. One thing I like about bingo is it kind of lets you use your ability across multiple categories, because you have a better sense of just how long it might take to do certain things, and you've done multiple rooms with like different item sets.
Mm-hmm.
So Beeps, isn't afraid really of any circumstance. He's a great player who's done RBO, low ice, other low percent. So this should be
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, I agree. That's one of the fun parts about bingo is watching the runners. Instead of in a normal run, we kind of know what's going to happen next. And bingo, it's kind of more like a randomizer, but different than a randomizer in that we do have the different item sets and we do have to adjust on the fly to make decisions.
Yeah, I will tell you this. There's before they officially kind of get started on their run, there is something about this matchup that makes me very happy, and then at the same time very sad. The happy part is that one of these runners is going to lose, and so therefore a Blat Timer user is going to lose. The thing that makes me upset is that one of these players is going to win, so that means a Blat Timer user is going to win. So unfortunate.
Yeah, a whole lot of black going on. But yeah, the beginning of triple bingo, much like any other normal run, we're going to pick up that missile. Then things can change. We've seen runners go back for the energy tank down here. Sometimes we'll see, there's no map station for criteria, so that's definitely could be at times a thing. But yeah, as Canadian Owl points out, we do have the Battle of the Carolinas. Beeps, I believe, is from North Carolina. I know Beeps is from North Carolina. I believe TGDerp is from South Carolina. So
No way. I didn't know
yeah,
that. I actually went to middle and high school in South Carolina. A bunch of my
nice.
friends still live there, so I guess I have a vested interest in this too.
Oh, there you go.
Rooting for South Carolina means that you can unironically say "Go Cox." I mean, literally, that's the cheers.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, I know.
I'll give
Oh,
you-
yeah, yeah. University of South Carolina. They are the
That's right.
Gamecocks after all.
That's right. My sister actually graduated from there, so I'm a fan. But
Nice.
anyway, we got the gentleman here in the climb room. TGDerp has managed to take a slight lead on execution, and I also think he was using Moonfall, whereas Beeps was not. So now we'll have to kind of watch closely because even at this juncture, depending on the card, sometimes you'll see runners do things you wouldn't expect, like, nobody ever runs over typically to the criteria map station, but on some cards, that might be something they choose to
Yep.
do. So from this point forward, we got to pay pretty close attention here.
Yeah, Beeps looks like he's not going to go in with full energy. That's never good for a Bomb Chorizo fight. You want to be at full energy so that when Bomb Chorizo fires off the little eggs, you're going to get a guaranteed missile drop. So we'll see how he handles that. Derp with a very nice Bomb Chorizo fight manages to not grab all the missiles so he can grab more after he uses them up.
Yeah, it was good. The only problem is he accidentally ran into BT at the end, which put the energy back on the drop table, and then unfortunately he ran a little soon. So right now he's operating with 0 missiles. Shouldn't be a huge problem. He can run a little bit of a slower strat here in Terminator to get some, but
yeah.
I don't know. A lot of times people will end up going to Fantune early in some of these bingos. And so usually you will see people potentially protect their energy count in the pirate room. But then again, if he doesn't, then we'll know he's got different plans.
Yeah, this doesn't feel like a super wreck ship heavy seed. But we'll see what the runners decide to do. There is a full, except the center square, which is fully explore wreck ship, which is never a square you want to do if you can avoid it. But I don't see, for instance, a lot of this piece, there's the 2 tiles that say either pick up just 1 suit, or there's a tile that says pick up gravity but not Varia. Those are usually the ones that are most likely to see an early wreck ship play. Don't see either one of these, so we'll see something else.
While that is true, especially in triple bingo, it's very difficult to get a card that you don't end up having to do something in Meridia.
Yep.
And so a lot of times, if people are capable, they'll just go ahead and commit to getting the gravity suit, at the beginning, and then that way they can kind of cut Kraid out of the mix. Like for example, here we've got Space Jump and Plasma Beam and a few other things. There are occasionally cards where you can, do Varia only, but even those can be pretty tricky because if you end up having to go to Lower Norfair, that can get very dangerous.
Pretty much if you're going to do Varia only, you're probably going into Lower Norfair. The reason why one would do that is if they can manage to avoid both Wreck Ship and Meridia, which is a very nice play. But if you're not experienced doing Lower Norfair, which is Varia suit, those enemies, it's definitely something that makes it more difficult. Like, it's not trivial to be skipping Gravity suit and going down to Lower Norfair.
So Derp just visited the the Green Brinstar missile recharge. Let me see if I can figure out
is that
which
on there somewhere?
I wonder if he forgot. Is it on here at all? Because I wonder if
I don't see it.
I wonder if he forgotten that it was a missile recharge and not an energy recharge.
Oh. Yeah, oh no, column 3, row 1. We have both missile recharge
there
stations.
It is. Okay.
Okay, so he's got one of those.
The other one will line up with the one of the energy because it's in Kraid's lair.
Okay, Beeps is not checking that, so he's probably not going to do row 1 and probably not going to do column 3. Oh, Derp going to do Spore Spawn. Is Spore Spawn on here? Defeat Golden Chorizo and Spore Spawn. Oh, he's already looking towards doing a little bit of Lower Norfair. Golden Chorizo by itself, not too bad for a Lower Norfair dip. We do see that a lot in, say, GT Classic. Do as like a 3 or 4 tank lava dive. Actually, probably more 2 or 3. So he might be going for that square right there, and then wouldn't have to do any more in Lower Norfair. You can get out pretty quickly. Okay, Beep's losing his skip charge beam. So I will uncheck that.
Man, this
Like,
Spore Spawn fight is annoying.
did Derp also skip charge beam?
Well,
Or
he hasn't gone down there yet.
okay,
So typically, if you're gonna go to Spore Spawn, you
you
grab
do
it.
that first.
Like
You
if you're
grab,
gonna
yeah.
grab it, you do it afterwards. I don't know what Derp's doing. He's only firing one regular missile at a time into Spore Spawn.
Yeah, maybe he thought he only had one more shot to go. Beeps is going. Okay, no, Beeps was thinking about going up and decided not to. Okay, there we go. There's Spore Spawn down for Derp. Oh, and actually, I kind of like this call from Derp if he's going for because there's a defeat Golden Chorizo square and a defeat Golden Chorizo and Spore Spawn square. So this is gonna, if he does that square. So if he does GT, that'll cover 2 squares.
And Beeps now grabbing Spazer, gonna lose both the skip charge and skip Spazer tiles, but that's okay. Don't know exactly what he's planning, but we'll see. I guess that also means that Beeps got Spazer, which I think is column 5, row 2.
There you go.
I didn't even notice that they were both on there, so I guess he gave up one tile, but gained
Grabbed
it in another.
Yep. See, yeah, and that's always the trickiest part, I think, especially when you're trying to do 3 rows columns diagonals, because it's hard with just 2 rows or columns or whatever, with just 2, to make sure you don't have rows and columns that contradict themselves. When you add that third one in, it just gets that much more difficult.
Yeah, Derp grabbing the charge missiles, skipping charge beam, and then grabbing the tube missiles here. So unless I'm mistaken, I do believe that is his 3rd missile pack. I don't think he grabbed
I
any
believe
other
that's
ones
3.
along the way. So that's 15 total so far.
Okay, Derp is going up. And Beast making quick work of Kraid with a nice quick kill, using the charge beam setup.
You love to see it. I always love to see runners get Kraid quick kill.
Absolutely.
It's not the most difficult trick, but at the same time, speaking from experience, anybody can miss. So I like it better when they get it and we don't have to worry.
Yeah, for sure. It feels bad when you mess it up. Derp picking up these power bombs. So he made, yeah, let's see if he's picking up power bombs or if he's going to continue on to the wreck ship. And doing some missile collection. So he might be going for the 60 plus missiles, plus 20. Yeah, I think he's going for that column 4.
Okay, so Beeps just visited that Kraid recharge station, which has missiles and energy, but I don't think he did the missile one earlier at the bottom of green tower.
He did not.
Okay, so it looks like he is trying to get the one with the 3 energy recharges, though. So
yeah, and you can't get that one until you do get your speed booster, because the one by the Decora needs speed booster. Okay, Derp is continuing up, so it looks like he's going to do wreck ship first. And Beep's going to head down into Norfair.
Derp's energy is not good right now.
No, it really isn't. I did not see if he took a save.
He did.
Okay.
But still.
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
yeah.
I'm not saying I would be totally uncomfortable, but you know, you don't prefer to be 3 hits from death against Fantoon, not to mention the fact that, you know, flame lames happen quite frequently.
In the meantime, he does get a very nice horizontal bomb jump to get across the moat. And Beep's picking up his high jump boots. Fortunately, we don't have any skip high jump boots or skip speed boosters on this card that I see. And Derp gonna grab these basically free missiles since the and gets a little bit of a nice energy drop there from the Covern, so a little bit better off. And, kinda nice to have all these missiles for a Fantoon. Like, the difference between one missile pack, when you're at lower levels, lower numbers of missiles is actually pretty significant in a Fantoon fight. So he's gonna have 30 missiles available maximum, for this fight, which is really nice.
Ooh. Almost got clipped there by that ghost, but he's good.
Yeah, I think Beeps is also going for some missile collection because he's picking up some, missiles you don't normally see outside of 100%.
The problem with that energy drop that Derp got is it's actually probably more dangerous than you would think. It put him in a range to where before, if he got hit twice, he'd still be alive but beeping. Now he's still going to be alive but not beeping and not in the range of full energy drops. Like, hopefully
Yep.
nothing bad will happen here. Okay, he's getting some big drops, which is good. But technically, there was a possibility for him to get, like, really screwed.
Yeah, there is that. Yeah, there is that spot because when the game did not expect people to come here without a Varia suit, and you can get hit when you're not in, like you say, if you're not in health bomb range, but you can be one shot from death. Yeah, that can be problematic. But that was a really nice Fantoon fight, finishing that off.
Yeah, very comfortable 3-round. I like it. He played for a 3-round. He got some good patterns and kept himself safe. I think that's the right call in this particular situation. Nicely done.
And gets nice drops, gets full health.
So I think right now we can mark Beeps for collect only one of Speed Boost or Grapple Beam. Now, obviously, if he goes later to get Grapple Beam, we'll have to uncheck it. But I think my assumption is that he will not get it. So we'll see.
It would help if I actually marked the card and not try to click on the restream.
That's okay. I feel your pain.
This is why we have people to track for us. Yeah, I'm not good at that.
I wonder if Derp is planning to fully explore the wrecked ship here because...
Did he go to the map station area?
I think... I want to say that he did, but you know what? I could be wrong about that. Maybe he didn't. We'll know for sure in a minute. If he goes across to get these other supers and then like later tracks over to the right and Attic, we'll know for sure. But yeah, maybe he didn't go over there, so this wouldn't make as much sense. But he still needs these supers. I mean, they're really easy to get, very fast, and I think he might be working on column 4, row 1, potentially.
Yeah, I definitely think he's going for column 4 and row 1. Don't know what the other one he's going to go for is yet. Beeps picks up a wave beam, so he gets a tile there.
Derp is going into the save station. I don't know if he's doing it exclusively because he wants to save or if this is part of the tile thing. But we'll have a definitive answer when we get to the top of the attic. He is also going over here to this portion of the wreck ship, which still doesn't tell us for sure. So we'll see.
Yeah, he needs that wreck ship energy tank. Gonna have to do a fancy little bomb jump here. Gets it very quickly.
Okay, got some confirmation that he did go to the map station. There's pretty much no other reason to go there in this context except for to do the fully explore. So I guess that's what we're having, ladies and gentlemen.
Looks like Beeps is gonna head over towards Crocomire. We do have a defeat Crocomire square, and I don't know that we have another grapple, so that might lose if he. Oh, we do have a grapple beam square.
Oh, Derp, don't do it, buddy.
That is a rough jump, and I like that he supered that fish because those fish do a ton of damage without any kind of suit protection.
Yeah, ironically, as we've discussed before, especially in the dab tournament, luckily those spikes, for whatever reason, I'm not 100% sure why, but they do very little damage. Less than most of the other spikes in the game. So anyway, he's over second try. Looks like Beeps is going to run over here and grab the energy tank. And so he has now fulfilled defeat Crocomire. We'll see if he elects to go down and grab that grapple beam.
Yep, that grapple beam will give him a new square, but it'll also take away a square, so he's going to have to make a decision there.
Thank you for the assist from chat. We got Derp collecting that wreck ship energy tank. We're good to go. I can't imagine Beeps coming over here only exclusively for the power bombs. I could be wrong. We'll see. But if he comes over here, I would assume, because I mean, there's various ways to get 15 power bombs.
Oh, for sure.
So, but then again, you never know.
He does now have the defeat Crocomire square, so it looks like he is going to go grab that grapple beam. So he'll lose a square, but he'll gain a square.
Yep, that's right. And Derp, in the meantime, has already cleaned out the attic and opened the left door. Now he's got to go to the right here. I wonder if he'll go ahead and collect these missiles or just get the tiles. Let's find.
Yeah, these missiles are really annoying to pick up. Even there's a lot of other missiles that are really much easier. Even though because he'll get the square and still have to go through one of those worker robots. Okay, so we lose that one and we gain that one. And keep in mind that there is a bit of a delay when we mark these things, so.
So Derp is currently sitting at 30 missiles and 20 supers. So I would assume he is working on that column 4, row 1 tile. So he's halfway home on the missiles. He's already got the supers taken care of. And obviously, based on his Spore Spawn visit earlier, we assume he's going to work on row 1 with everything else he's doing. Or maybe column 2 with the defeat Golden Frieza. So we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Okay, let's see where Beeps is going next. Okay, he's not going to the Proc Escape, so I think he's going to head down to Lower North Fairme. He might be going for that defeat Golden Frieza tile as well.
You know, I don't know, just asked a question in the chat with a Kappa, but to actually kind of answer it, apparently we had Cutie set the triple bingo world record in a race in this tournament earlier in the tournament, but I don't know where are those standings. Like, I would love to see all the different triple bingos, but where are they?
I think I don't know that there's a place to find them. I know if you type .WR for world record, you can in the channel you can actually check. But there's so few. I mean, triple bingo. It's not new so much, but it just hasn't been raced that much. Beef's
right. I know that
dive.
with Dab, for example, there's the leaderboard on SRL that you can see from the Super Metroid page, but there's been way more runs. I would love it if there was a way to be able to see, like, all the categories, times, or whatever.
Okay, Beef's had a little bit of trouble with that lava dive. He does get through it, so we're gonna see him go ahead and do the GT fight, I think. Is going to save here because he only has those 5 supers to get the gate glitch, and of course, as you all know, there is nowhere to farm those supers up if you run out.
Indeed. And we've seen that affect people in this tournament, which is not surprising. I mean, it happens to people all the time in tournament matches and in regular runs. Derp, you're going to see him run to the right when he gets down here. He does not have the speed booster, so he cannot go get the reserve tank, but he can, if he does the jumps correctly, still fulfill those map tiles. So he's probably going to grab that missile pack and then go finish up the wreck ship exploration. I do like the play of grabbing gravity first. Well, I guess he's not going to do it.
He just wants the tile, I guess.
Well, I mean, he would have gotten the tile anyway in a minute.
Yeah, I like the idea of grabbing gravity first, but this is fine as well. The answer to the question, no, they cannot use the GT code here.
The reason I would have liked for him to grab gravity is because technically, if you don't do it correctly, you can jump into these spikes accidentally, and it would have just been easy to save the potential energy. But anyway,
we're just gonna go ahead and grab these supers. It'll make the fight a little bit faster.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is a fully explored wreck ship. Nicely done there.
Nice.
Derp.
Also, a nice part about Beeps having that grapple beam is you can farm up all this ammo in order to use more supers against GT rather than just using charge beam.
Derp now officially at 40 missiles, so he's got 4 more packs to go to complete row 1, column 4.
Also, a smart thing that Beefs has done, he looks like he's only picked up 30 missiles so far. Even picking up 1 more missile pack just makes this fight a lot more difficult, because then GT will do the little half moon beam attack, and so
the banana attack,
yeah,
I think,
yeah,
is what you're going for there.
That's what I'm going for.
Got to get that potassium in, ladies and gentlemen.
All right, Beefs having defeats Golden Chorizo, gets another tile. And get a Shine Spark out. He'll probably leave Lower Norfair. There really isn't a whole lot else to do in Lower Norfair on this tile, so don't expect to see him to do any more of it.
Unrelated, but I have to say it because I find it awesome. A very, very good runner of this game who doesn't play much these days, but Banana, I got to shout him out on every one of his entries on Deer Tier. His comment is always K+, which stands for potassium, unless I'm misremembering. So I've always found that to be one of the more clever Deer Tier comments.
Nice. Okay, Beep's gonna leave Lower Norfair. Derp gonna open up the Meridia tube.
Okay, do you mind if I wax poetic on strategy for a moment here?
Go for it,
Tracy. So, this is an interesting thing we're seeing here from Derp because he's going into this portion of the run like early. It looks like he's tracking over to potentially get like the map station or something like that. But just as in general, if you were going to come down here and actually do a significant portion of Meridia early, even if you were going to end up finishing like in Norfair or Lower Norfair, it's kind of an interesting situation because it's going to be significantly slower with low percent loadout than it would be if you went to Norfair and picked up high jump boots and speed booster, you know? So I always found that to be an interesting critical decision and how people choose to route.
Okay, so he's got the Meridia map station. He maybe he's got it figured out that he doesn't even have to go back into Meridia. If that's the only thing he's doing, it makes sense to just grab that map station right now. Because it looks like he's doing that diagonal. Because we know he's going to defeat Golden Chorizo. Actually, this is looking really good for him. Because he can do that top row. He can do that 4th column, and he can do bottom left, top right. And he's actually getting pretty close here. But to your point, yeah, Meridia without high jump, Meridia without speed boosters, very, very slow. Oh, this is interesting from Beeps. He's just gonna. It looks like he's going for that map station as well, and he's just gonna do it without a suit.
I like this play. This is actually the fastest way to do this map station within the context of the extension board category, all map stations RTA, which I used to be the world record holder of. I think Seuss Frame has since taken it, but you basically want to come over here and grab this on the way down to, I think, the Norfair one. And you want to skip getting the gravity suit. So this is actually a great play by Beeps, in my opinion, if he's not planning to do anything else in Meridia.
Yeah, I totally agree. You know, it's a little bit slower without the gravity suit, but he doesn't have the gravity suit. He certainly doesn't want to come backtrack to that area after he gets the gravity suit, if he even intends to get it. But one thing we know for sure, Beeps is not doing bottom left, top right, since he did pick up that Spazer beam. He's not going to be able to do that. And here we see Beeps visiting another energy recharge station, the so-called Sloater's refill. Just needs to go into the Decora pit to get the last one. He'll have that tile.
Oh, okay. I haven't really been looking very closely, but I think I see Derp's plan already. Did you already talk about this and I just
Yeah,
somehow missed it when I was
I
tracking?
think it's I think he's doing row 1. I think he's doing bottom left, top right. I think he's doing column 4.
Gotcha. Sometimes I can't even hear what the other commentator says because I'm like trying to make sure I'm clicking the right
Oh
buttons. But
yeah, this
yeah,
is why we like to have extra trackers. But unfortunately, it's 4 o'clock in the afternoon Eastern, so a lot of people are still at work. Fortunately, we were able to come in and do the commentary for it.
yeah. This is I gotta say, I don't know exactly how quickly Beeps is gonna finish up, but I do like Derp's play here. I
Hmm.
don't think I would have seen this immediately, but this is pretty solid.
Yeah, and to see these things, one of the things that one of the differences between triple bingo and double anti bingo that I think is maybe overlooked a little bit in double anti bingo, because you have to pick a row, column, or diagonal for your opponent. You get about 5 minutes to just stare at that card before you even start. In triple bingo, the runners, they don't get the card until they start the race, and so there's a lot less time to plan what you're going to do based on what your opponent gives you. You don't have that time. You just have pretty much during the Sears station part. Okay,
Unless I'm,
interest.
oh, I'm
Yeah, go
sorry.
ahead.
Go
Go
ahead.
ahead.
Unless I'm mistaken and I missed something, I think Derp only has 55 missiles collected here. So he needs one more to satisfy column 4. I don't know
Mhm.
which one he's gonna get or where necessarily he's gonna get it, but he's pretty close to being done. Hopefully I didn't miss tracking any of them because it looks like he wants to go down to Lower North Fair, kill Golden Teresa, then get back on the elevator and be done. So I'm not sure which missile pack he's gonna grab. I guess I could double back and see if I missed tracking one of them.
Yeah, Beeps on the other hand is not killing Spore Spawn, so not going for that tile. Oh, he's going for this one here in
Okay,
Bubble Mountain, so he should
I
be
was
good then.
hoping he would because then I would feel good about it, and then if he skipped it, I was gonna be concerned. But here we go.
Oh, never mind. Beeps is going for that Spore Spawn kill.
Yeah, Derp doesn't need to do speed booster. He's saving a nice, minute plus to not go get it. Obviously, speed booster does help, but in this context, he would only have it for a short amount of time, and he doesn't need it to do what he's about to do
Yeah,
with the lava dive and all that other stuff.
the amount of time it takes to pick it up would not be worth the one time save he would have here, which would be sparking out of the GT area. He'll probably have to just bomb jump out of there, which is not too bad. A little certainly is slower, but we have dueling mini bosses on the screen.
Pretty fitting since we have an all bosses category in this tournament.
Okay, Beeps defeating Spore Spawn. Gets himself another tile. I'm probably gonna head over and get that Decora energy station. Beeps also grabbing another missile pack, so that puts him at 45 if I'm not mistaken. Gonna grab some more power bombs here as well. That'll give him 15.
Derp's farming up some soups just because he knows he's going to need them for Golden Chorizo. He's going to make a save too here just in case he has a situation with the lava dive, which shouldn't be a problem, especially considering he has a gravity suit. I know that he's going to have to do a gravity jump without various suit on, but it still shouldn't be too big of a problem. He should only lose
and he
maybe
does
100 health or
have.
so.
And he does have high jump boots. The gravity jump into Lower North Fair is pretty free with those high jump boots. Not so much without the high jump boots, but not too bad in that case either. Okay.
And there's another energy station for Beeps.
That gets him all 3 of them. So he looks like he's going for row 2. Because I don't think he's going to both get space jump and collect all 40 criteria missiles at this point. Oh, he's gonna go grab that missile recharge station now. He may have wanted to wait for this. Just it's a little bit safe. This is not a safe room. All those spikes and the fire fleas that'll make the room dark. Yeah, I don't blame him for waiting on this one.
Yeah, so at this point, as we mentioned, Derp, all he's got to do is just kill Golden Chorizo, then get back on the elevator, and he will be done.
Okay, Beep's gonna grab another super missile here. I think that'll give him the 20 supers.
Don't really know what Derp's doing here.
Did he skip high jump boots?
No, but I don't...
Because that looked like he was trying to do a high jumpless.
Which actually, the high jump bootless one is not hard either. It's just that you... Yeah, I don't think he's as familiar with this trick as
there
maybe...
we go.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah, he definitely has high jump. We can see it on the menu even. Okay, Beefs with 20 supers. Needs to get, I think 3 more missile packs, and he'll be good to go on the missiles.
Look at these intended strats by Beeps over here. Nice.
Yeah, this tells me that he hadn't quite decided on everything when he came here the first time, because he could have picked these up easily the first time around. But you know, that's kind of the nature of that triple bingo without a whole lot of time to prepare.
And Derp trying to get a green gate glitch. He has to, because if he does not, he will be forced to leave because he doesn't have space jump, so he can't lower the acid.
Okay, there's that 60 missiles plus 20 supers for Beeps. And I think I see what Beeps is doing. If he goes to the wreck ship, picks up that energy tank, and picks up the 2 super packs, then all I have to do is finish in a Shine Spark and a Crystal Flash, and he'll be done as well. But he's a lot further from being done than Derp is. Derp, just like you said, just needs to finish that GT fight.
Yeah, I gotta give Beeps some credit. I mean, this race is gonna be fairly close, but it does look like Derp is in a pretty significant lead here, as long as he positions himself correctly and, you know, does the GT fight. The good news is he doesn't really have to worry about trying to farm up any after GT's dead. So looks like he's gonna jump up here and grab this extra super pack. I like the play as long as he gets down fast enough. If he doesn't, GT can jump off to the left, which you don't want. But yeah, Derp's fairly close here. He should be about a minute and a half away, maybe.
Yeah, Beep's a little further away from finishing, since he does still have to go through a Fantoon fight to activate the wreck ship in order to get that energy tank.
This is looking like a sub 40 time for Derp, assuming that the farm here doesn't go absolutely awfully. He needs to fire off some of those regular missiles to ensure the banana attack does not get used again. Don't know if he knows that though.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, he knows that.
So I guess he's just electing to lose time by watching it.
I think so. I mean, as long as it's in that nice safe spot, then he doesn't have to worry about getting hit by that. Okay, there it is.
All right, all he's got to do is go to an elevator, so he should be there shortly. He's got the bomb jump out of here, though, which is a pain. That's one thing about having Speed Booster that would have been a little easier, but this is still faster, assuming you do it correct.
Yeah, I think this is still faster. All right, Beef starting his Fantoon fight. With that berry suit, a much safer fight. A little low on energy, but like I said, yeah, the everything hitting for half on the berry suit should make this a pretty easy fight for Beeps. Also, he's got 57 missiles to work with right now. He fired an
just
extra
barely
shot there.
sub 40. Very nice, Derp.
Yeah, Derp finishing up with an official SRL time of 39:59. GG's to Derp.
And ladies and gentlemen, that is going to move Derp to 4-2 and secure his participation in the play-in race next week to get the final spots in the 16-player playoff. That race next week is going to be really hyped. The admin is still in the process of discussing and making sure we have everything set up the way we want it to be for that, but we will keep you posted on that before the weekend is over. But congratulations to Derp for qualifying. Unfortunately, that does mean that Beeps will not be able to participate, but still 3-3 in a multi-category tournament is a great performance, and Derp's a quality opponent, so great tournament for Beeps too.
Yeah, no shame in losing. Like you said, Derp very good at bingo in general, and showed it here. He really did show it. I think he was a little quicker to figure out what he was doing than Beeps was, and that may have made a bit of the difference. And Beef's just going to grab these two super packs. So he'll finish this out. He's right behind. Because that'll give him the 30 supers.
Derp, if you'd like to come in for an interview, feel free.
And I hear that sound. It sounds like he's with us. Is that you,
Hello?
Derp? Hello.
Okay.
Congratulations. GG's.
Hey, thanks. I might have a little bit of background noise, but don't worry about that.
That's
Yeah,
okay. Yeah, tell us a little bit about this card, man. We were talking about how you like to do bingos, and you're usually very quick to assess what is going to be the best option for you. So tell us a little bit about how you came to the decision you did for what you performed.
This card was rough. There wasn't really a great route. I kind of figured early on that I'd be fighting GT, so I was like, what else will I have to do? And so that came out to just doing ship first and fully exploring it without any suit, which I'm comfortable with. I've done before. I think I did in the finals of the double anti-bingo tournament. It's not super hard, but it is a bit slow. And then I haven't practiced a lot of the mini bosses, so like my Sports Spawn and GT fights were both really slow. But
okay, I'm gonna interrupt you for a second because Beeps is just about finished. He just needs to Crystal Flash. He scared me a little bit on those spikes, but I realize now, okay, he's just gonna set up for a Crystal Flash. He's exactly loving Power Bomb, so let's just see him do this and finish it up. Okay, Beef, just do it. Oh, his energy. He was setting up for the Crystal Flash, but then he picked up the E-Tank. Yeah. So he almost dies in Spike Room of Death. That's pretty funny. Okay, he's just gonna have to damage himself down a little bit. Go ahead, Derp. We'll let you continue on.
I mean, I didn't have much else to add. I figured out the general route pretty early on. The one big mistake that wasn't like execution based I made was not picking up the missiles behind the early supers. So I had to collect a bunch of missiles, and one of those was a cathedral missile, and I forgot to pick that up. So I was like, well, is there anything else I can grab? But I could. Looks like Beep's finished too.
Yeah, you just barely got to 60 there. I was actually commentating about it, but yeah, you were fine. So I thought it was a real good route, and GG to Beeps for finishing this race as.
Yeah, and I like the adjustment there when he realized, oh wait, I got that energy refill. I can no longer do a crystal flash. Instead, just opts for the shine spark to finish off. And it looks like he's joining us too. So were you damaging yourself down to that crystal flash, and then you pick up the E-tank? Is
Yeah. I took the damage and like the reserve was draining, and just like, wait a minute, I'm about to get an E-tank and heal all this damage.
that? Yeah.
Wow.
That was pretty funny, but yeah, very nicely done. Not too far behind. Unfortunately, with that loss, you're done for the tournament. But 3-3, very nicely done for the tournament.
TBH, I think I probably was done no matter what, honestly. So, oh well.
Yeah. Can you guys also? So, if I remember correctly, Derp, you vetoed low ice, and Beeps, you vetoed any percent.
Yeah.
So you all want to talk about the thought process in your vetoes?
I hate any percent.
Okay, that's easy enough. And Derp not ready to break out that low ice yet, huh?
No. I'd rather not until I have to. But we'll see what happens. Honestly, there aren't that many categories that I actually want to do. Bingo and GT Classic, obviously. So the fact that I've gotten to do so many of those so far is nice, but most of the other categories I either don't really want to do or don't want to do at all. So even if I do make it to playoffs from the seeding race, it's going to be maybe a rough time, but we'll see what happens.
All right. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it from us. Kip, do you have anything else you want to ask our runners?
No, guys, that was fun to watch. I really appreciated the triple bingo action, and I thought both of you picked good rows and columns to do. I think it's always difficult to isolate what to do when you're looking at a triple bingo card because there's just so much information. So it was neat to see both routes, and they both were fairly close to each other in terms of time. So nicely done. Congrats, Beeps, on a great tournament. Congrats, Derp, to you as well. Good luck in the play-in race, and hopefully we'll see you guys in future tournaments as well.
Thanks.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm actually not really sure how my route was, like, because I was planning on going to Wreck Ship originally, and it's like, wait a minute, I have to go to the Decora refill, so I have to go back up with Speed Booster anyway, so I figured I may as well go to Wreck Ship then. So I'm not actually sure how that played out.
Honestly, I think the only thing that you did that might have been better was picking up those missile packs the first time through the reserve and super missile area. But other than that, I
forgot about missiles.
Yeah, other than that, I thought your route was actually pretty good. And it's, we just, doing in a way, you guys were doing reverse because you went down all the way down to Lower Norfair, and then Derp went in and finished in Lower Norfair. So
yeah, I basically never have bingos where it's better to go down first. It's almost always go to Wreck Ship first, but I feel like this route could have worked.
Yeah, I think the times when it's better to go down first is anything involving like a major speed booster thing. And like you said, Decora Pit involves speed booster. So yeah, I think with your choices, I think the down first makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, whenever I have to do Lower Norfair and a bingo card, I want to do it last so I can finish in Lower Norfair, because going from Lower Norfair to pretty much everywhere it takes so long.
Yep.
It's just not, you want to route around that for sure.
Probably gonna have to watch this one back and see what it's like, because I don't really know, because like it was actually, especially since you took different routes, it's actually kind of close for that.
Yeah, you can fast forward past my Spore Spawn fight. It didn't happen.
My Spore Spawn.
What Spore Spawn fight?
Exactly.
But yeah, your movement's definitely better. So like, I feel like a lot of it was probably from movement, but I feel like the routes might have been about the same. I don't know. I really don't know, honestly.
Also, I want to thank you guys for keeping your missile counts high enough that it was easy for us to see that you had 60 of them, and B, not doing the collect all 40 criteria missiles, which is a pain to track. So.
Yeah, that goal was terrible because of the sky missiles. Missiles is so bad.
What, you don't like infinite bomb jumping up there? If you go
No.
gravity first? Come on, man.
It's so terrible.
All right, but I think that's gonna do it for us. I'll let you guys. Any of you want to add anything before I read off the schedule?
Yeah, let's let the runners finish, and then we'll add a piece of info before we go, and then we'll say goodbye.
Well, thanks Tracy and Kip for joining the commentary last minute. I noticed that basically no one else is there, so like thanks for doing that, and also just thanks for having an awesome tournament and all that together. That's really all I have to say.
I guess I will be back whenever the play-in race happens, but I hope it's more GT Classic. I'm hoping for that.
You got 33% chance of that.
I like those odds.
Good luck, Derp.
Thank you.
Yeah, good luck, Derp. And thank you, Beeps.
Well, thank you to both guys, and we're happy. Tracy and I are happy to jump in and help out with commentary. One thing I will say about Tracy, I'm going to brag on you for a minute, Tracy, so don't blush, okay? I don't want anybody to see you, but you know, Tracy and I are new organizers this tournament to the community tournaments, and we've tried to help out as much as possible in various areas. Tracy has really carried the load on a lot of things. She's setting up a lot of the race rooms. She's jumped in on commentary a billion times when, you know, we were short on commentary people. So I think you did 6 commentaries yesterday around multiple
no, it was
tournaments
6
or something.
hours.
6 hours, yeah.
That's
and
a
so
whole another story and a whole another tournament that I'm also organizing. And let me tell you, organizing 2 tournaments at the same time, not a smart decision.
Not the easiest thing, but yeah, so thank you for coming in. Do have a fun update for everybody real quick. We had a double booked race tonight between 2 matches that were featuring runners who were 4-1. And they were both booked at 8 p.m. Eastern, and one wasn't going to be able to get a restream, but we have rescheduled it. And then within the last hour, we are now going to have a fantastic 4-1 versus 4-1 race at 7 p.m. on SG4. And then immediately after, we'll have another race. So the first race will be a Real Cutie versus Aussie, and the winner will be guaranteed into the playoffs. The loser will go to the play-in race. So no matter what, the loser is still in a good spot. And then the next race immediately after that, one I'm extremely hyped for, Gallimaz and Richmond will be racing at 8 p.m. on SG4. 2 runners of very similar skill sets. I think it's going to be a lot of fun, and I think we got Rumble on commentary for that, who I think is a great commentator. So make sure to check those out. And then Tracy, what else we got?
We also at 10 o'clock have a, and don't sleep on this one. We got the Lomi and Joe's Papa Shimo matchup, and one of those guys is going to come out of this tournament with a win, and the other one unfortunately isn't. But that's going to be, I think, an interesting race in and of itself. Just hopefully, you know, to get that 04 versus 04 matchup. And then also we do have a whole lot of races going on tomorrow. I'm not going to read all of them out because like several of them are probably not going to be restreamed, but we've got all the ones that matter. Those are all going to be restreamed. So first of all, Shiny Zenny versus Zost are now going to play at 11 a.m. Eastern time on SpeedGaming 3, and then we have a slew of matches that mean something. First at 7 o'clock, we have Azure versus Mr. J Giggles. That is the 4-1 versus 3-2 matchup. So we're either going to have 2 players in the play-in out of that, or we're going to have one that just flat out into the playoffs and the other out. Then at 9 o'clock, we have Polar Bear Bunny versus Freya Spirit. Polar Bear Bunny reaching far above her seed. I'm really excited to see how this one turned out. Freya's a really good runner in their own right. And then at 10 o'clock, and that's a 3-2 versus 3-2. And then French Lightning John versus Kishimo at 10 o'clock, also a 3-2 versus 3-2, I believe, to round us out on Saturday night. All of those are going to be restreamed on the various Speed Gaming channels, and they're all going to have meaning towards the playoffs. So looking forward to a really nice Saturday, you know, starting with a matinee matchup between 2 of the best. In fact, I'm going to shout them out because just this morning, Zost broke the world record with a 40-55. So real excited to see him play. And of course, Shiny Zenny. How much can how much can you say about him with the RBO records of his, and just a really good runner in his own right, and just really excited to see that matchup coming up. And then all those matches with playoff implications in the evening. So I hope you all will tune in for all the matches that we have coming up. But yeah, that'll do it for us, and we'll see you. I guess we'll see you at 7 o'clock. Hope you all tune in then.
We'll be there. Tracy, you want to take us home here?
Sure. I guess we have a few more hours before the next race, so I will use my ending of good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night, wherever you may be.